Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I'm going to do an updated video on my mod filter guide. So let's jump into it. So before we start, I wanted to talk a little about why you should create mod filters. Mod filters allows you to work your mods quickly and efficiently. So if you've seen my how to build plus 25 speed mod guides, you'll know that you want to work high potential mods. But if you don't have the correct filters in place or you don't know how to sort through your mods quickly and efficiently, it may be difficult to evaluate where your mods are or where you can improve them. So these filters are going to help you work your mods quickly and ensure that you are going to work only the highest potential mods. So let's jump into the first filter. So the first filter we have here is cell accuracy and defensive primary mods. So you're going to want this filter because these mods primarily are not used that often and they're not very efficient with the primary set that they have. So very few characters can or should use an accuracy arrow, and then defense primaries just aren't as good as health or protection primaries. And don't confuse that with defense sets, because defense sets are fantastic, but that's not the point of this video. The point is to how to efficiently work your mods. So here I am going to scroll through all these filters so that you can see them and then take screenshots or whatever you want to do as we go through. So this is the first half of the cell accuracy and defensive ones. So pretty much you're going to have arrows, triangles, and crosses selected. Any set, you're going to want to choose the primary stat and ensure that when you're working these, you're paying attention to what the primary stat are and the secondary stats. So for the primary stat, you're going to want accuracy percent and defense percent. You don't worry about the secondaries. So for here on the level, so there are different uses for this, and we do use this functionality on level and rarity and tier. So make sure you're paying attention to these. And then on the works, we do make a filter for these sorts as well. So for the cell, this is the second half of the cell accuracy and defensive mods. So when you go here and you filter, you're going to see that we have defense primaries on crosses, triangles, and arrows. And then if I had an accuracy arrow, then it would be here. So it is only going to do unassigned mods. So if you for some reason have assigned mods here filtered, as you can see, I still have some in my account, but the biggest thing I do is when I work these, let's say for this one, if this one had some speed on it, even though if it's a gold or a purple mod, I will still upgrade it to level 12 to see if it's just a speed mod, because there's no reason to sell a mod if it hits a bunch of speed. But for this one, the cross, I would literally never work, because to upgrade it, you would have to slice it, and that costs slicing material. So it's not worth it to work it from pretty much from gray, green, blue. But for purples and golds, if it has speed on it already, like 5 or 4 speed, 3 speed here for a gold one, I'll roll it to see if it will naturally hit speed, because it's pretty much free. It'll just cost some credits. So that's a little pro tip on how to use this filter, but essentially I just come through and I sell them in bulk. Next, let's talk about reveal secondaries. So what this is going to do is it's going to reveal all the secondary stats for greens, blues, and purples. So grays will work those separately, and golds already have all their secondary stats revealed, so it's not going to affect those. So what we're going to do, same thing here, any slot for the mod slot, any set, and then on primary stats for a lot of these, you're going to see that this is the primary way that I have selected. And what it's going to do is it's going to filter out all those speed arrows. And as you can see, I still am working my arrows here, because you should work primary arrows that don't have speed the same way that you would work all your other mods, and they have the same standards for mod potential for speed, except speed arrows are different, and then we'll talk about that here at the end. So that's why it's in this for primary stats. Don't try to like game the game and not select arrows here. because you'll never work any primary arrows outside of speed arrows if you do that. So next, we don't have any secondaries filtered, and then we have less than 15 here. The reason that is because you just don't, if it's less than level 15, then you have to work them. So, and that's why I said for tier, the greens, the blues, and the purples, and rarity only mark 5, mark 6s will already be fully fleshed out. So when you filter these mods, you're gonna see that you'll have some mods here. So you'll go ahead, select them all, upgrade them, and then hit this button, reveal all secondaries. And that's the only thing you'll ever use this filter for. So as you come in here and you see this filter, all you do is you select it, filter the mods, select all, which my face is hiding here. So you'll select all, upgrade, and then reveal all secondaries. So when you do that, it's going to just reveal all the secondaries for you, so you don't even have to go through and you can quickly work them. All right, next we're going to go into reveal grays. So reveal grays, it's going to be, again, any slot, any mod set, same primary stats where we have everything selected except for speed. We're not going to filter any secondaries here. We're going to have less than 15, and then rarity mark 5, and then tier gray. And then we're going to filter this, and as you can see here, we're just going to have a bunch of grays. So what I always do is I don't do reveal all secondaries here, because as you can see, it's 1.46 million for 17 mods. So what I do personally, and you can do this depending on how much credits you have. So if you are really credit poor, or you're very new into the game, what you can do is you can filter here by 6, and then that gives you 2 chances to hit speed on these mods. So as you can see here, I hit 1 on speed here and 1 on speed here. Now me personally, I wouldn't work this one with 3 speed on it, and I would work this one with 5. But as you can tell, that's only going up to 50% of what the mods can work here. So what I do is, to save a little extra money but give me another 25% chance of hitting speed on all these mods, I do level 9 for all of them. And as you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mods that hit speed instead of the 2. So same thing, these 3 speeds I'm not going to work. So I would sell these off. You can work them if you want to. It just, the likelihood of hitting the speed thresholds are pretty low when the first hit is only a 3 on speed. So I would work this 4 and 5 and 5. But what I would also do is so I would go through and I would look at these mods. So let's sort these by speed. So I would look at these mods and see what mods do I need in my account. And this is the only way that I kind of chase primaries and sets. And what I try to do is I focus on one, good sets and primary stats. So like crit damage triangles, health with health percent primaries, offense percent crosses, things of that nature, things that I just need a lot of. So this crit damage triangle I need, this health percent with on a speed I actually need a lot of. I don't need this one because it's protection with an offense cross but no offense percent. Crit chance primary is not very needed. You still should work them because some characters need them and some mods just hit speed, but I'm not going to specifically chase it because I don't need it. So this one, protection with offense percent here, crit chance potency, all these are excellent secondary stats. Same thing here, speed with some defensive stats, health, tenacity is good. This health percent here, flat offense, flat health, which flat offense is okay, but there's no offense percent here, so I'm not going to work that. Same thing here, a lot of percent stats, percent crit chance, health, protection, and then offense primary because it's a square, all good stuff. So this one's okay, health percent, tenacity potency. This one, offense percent, and then this one, health percent, offense percent with potency. So all these are good stats. And same, this one's not that great because it's no offense percent with an offense mod. So that's my thought process when I go through here. And to work these, you do have to understand secondary stats. And if you don't understand secondary stats, then maybe just understand that, hey, sometimes you need good primaries and you can chase those regardless of the secondary stats. But that's my thought process. And for those, I would take them to level 12, and that would give me another 25% chance on those mods that are just good mods and I would like more of in my account. If they hit speed, then it gives me another chance to work them. So now I have, unfortunately, those didn't hit. So I have 3 mods here that I would like to work, but I'm not going to do anything with it now. So I will go to my sell no speed now. So I'm not going to sell any speed in this reveal grays here that you can see. So not going to sell any of these, but I will go to sell no speed now. Let's filter this mod and let's talk about this filter here. So sell no speed. So same thing, you're going to want only unassigned mods, any slot, any set, same primary stats. So this is where we start working the secondary stats here. So you're going to click speed, and then you're going to click doesn't have speed. And what that's going to do is it's going to show mods that don't have any speed on their secondaries. Same thing, at least level 1, mark 5 rarity, any tier, and then you don't have to worry about the sort here, and then I'll filter mods. So what I do on this one is I take a quick glance to make sure I don't have any tenacity mods that have tenacity %, because there are some characters that don't really care about speed and they care about tenacity, and tenacity is kind of like an all-in stat. So that's why I have some of these mods here that are same thing as this potency one, because that's a Marin mod, so, or a potential Marin mod. So these mods here, they're here for characters like Emphas Nest, Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando, Marin. They only care about tenacity. There's more as well that care primarily for tenacity, and it's important to have some of those in your account and you don't sell them. So from here you would select all, and then you would sell them to get rid of them from your account. All right, so next we're going to go work grays. So when you're working your grays, same thing, only as unassigned mods, any slot. And then if you, for some reason, if you do have mods that you would like to work, all you that are equipped on your characters, you just click this only unassigned mods button, and that'll allow you to work the mods that are equipped on your characters. But these filters are meant for characters that have new mods into your account. So maybe at first you're going to have to leave this unclicked, so just unclick it as you go through and work your mods. But it's going to be important when you're working new mods and you don't want to filter through all the old junk that you have that just didn't hit your speed threshold. So that's why it's always click there. But if you have to, just unclick it and work your mods until you're at the point where you no longer will want to look at the ones that are equipped on your characters. So any slot, any set, same thing, every primary stat except for speed, none specified for the secondaries, at least level 1, mark 5 rarity, tier E, and then this is where we start using that sort function for speed. And that way when you filter these mods, it's already filtered by speeds. And so what I do here is you can sell, or all these would have been sold or in the other one, and I would have just had these 3, 4, 5, 5 speed if I would have sold all my mods. So I would sell these 3 speed ones here, and I would work these 5 and 4. And again, your standards, work whatever you want to work, sell whatever you want to sell. I'm not telling you when or where to sell them. This is just how I work them. So I would go through, sell those. So let's just do that right now. So I would sell those. I would take these, upgrade them to level 15 because I'm going to slice them, and then I would start slicing them. Next, we're gonna go for, and then I do, if they keep hitting speed, I just keep working them until they no longer hit my speed threshold. And if they're kind of mid potential, like if I slice this and it was like a 9 speed on green, I would slice it to blue. And if it's a 9 speed on blue, then maybe I would wait until I work all my blues to see if I want to continue working it. But if it hit another speed on blue and it was like 14 on blue, I'm gonna take that all the way to gold, because it then hits my threshold for working or to make us into a 6 dot mod. I would stop at once it's a gold mod, because I want to look at all my mods before I 6 dot them, because there's only a few I can do every week. So next we're going to go into working green. And the easy thing about these filters are they're the exact same filters. The only thing you're going to do is change this tier here and then save it. So working green, working blue, working purple, working gold is the same exact mod filter. The only thing you're changing here is this tier level. So that for these working levels, it's really easy. You just go through and then you just click blue, save, click off the one before. So when I made it, I was like E save filter, D save filter, C save filter, B save filter, A save filter. It'll save you a lot of time doing it that way, because it's just really quick and that's how you work them. So same thing, I will go through on how I work these. So you select all, and then upgrade, you're going to upgrade whatever ones you have to 12, because that's going to give all the speed hits that it can. So even though it's not level 15 on these, the level 12, that's as high as the speed it's going to be, unless you're going to slice it. And at that point, if I had a bunch of mods with high potential, I could go through and start slicing them. And then if you hit this button right here, this hamburger button, as you can see, the bar is a little bigger and it gets smaller. So what this bar does is it flips whatever this value is. So the highest value, hit this lowest value. So I would come through here and I could easily sell the mods that don't hit my threshold for keeping. So these mods all right here, you don't have to sell them, but I do, as I'm working them, I go through and sell them as well. So that one has tenacity, it's locked, so I can't sell it. But these mods don't hit my speed threshold for keeping or for slicing, so I'm just going to sell them. Again, it's up to you. I'm not telling you what to sell, I'm just telling you how I do it. So I would sell these. Nothing here hits my threshold of what's really high potential for me, because 8 on green is kind of like mid, so I would keep it moving. So next I would go into work blue. It's already sorted by speed, so I would select all, upgrade them all to 12 so that they can get their speed hits. And then I saw I have one here for 2 for 10. So if it has 2 hits, 11 or 10, 100% I'm working it right away. But I do go on the bottom here and I just start selling these, because they don't hit my speed threshold for me to even keep in my account. So if it's under 6 or under, I sell it. So I would sell these, come up, I would upgrade this one to level 15 and slice it. So it's no longer hitting that potential for me to keep working, so I'm gonna keep it moving. Same thing, working purple here. So I'm gonna select all, upgrade to level 12. I'm going to see, okay, so 3 for 13, 12, 11, still mid to low potential mods, not really an interest for me here. So I'll go through, sell these mods that didn't hit my speed threshold for me to keep, and then keep it moving. And again, I didn't sell all my mods that when I sell no speed. So there's gonna be mods in here that are just kind of hanging around. So let me do that real quick. So as I work through, so it has a better understanding of what it should look like. So when I filter through here, it's just gonna have my low potential mods here. 7 is really low. I'm not gonna slice it. I'm not gonna slice any of this, but these mods are still okay for me to place on characters, because they're okay, decent mods. So for this, for the golds, same thing, same filter, just any tier on A. I'm gonna filter the mods. I'm gonna select all, upgrade it to level 12, and then see if anything hit for speed. And if they did, cool, I can work it. So these 14s hit my potential for hitting to 6 dots. And on the bottom here, I have mods that didn't hit my threshold, like this one hit in flat defense, flat protection. So I'm just gonna sell it personally because I don't need it. Same thing, 6, I would normally sell this, but I need some more offense percent ones, so I'll keep this 6. It survives for today. And then if a mod does hit my threshold to become a 6 dot mod, I do lock it. So see this little lock button here? If I could ever 6 dot it, then I would lock it. I initially have only unassigned mods here, but if you wanted to, you can click that only unassigned mods and work all your mods at the same time, including the ones that are equipped on your characters. Primarily, I have only unassigned mods because the ones that are on my characters, I don't want to 6 dot yet, and that's why they are there. So I want to see my newest mods, work those, keep my amount of mods in a clean level, and then if I want to work them and see, okay, there's nothing here that like super interests me, let me unclick this box and then go in and start working all my 6 dots if I wanted to. For working 6 dots, it's important that you work your entire roster at the same time because there's only so many resources you have. So when you do this filter, you're gonna have only unassigned, or you're gonna deselect this only unassigned mods. So you don't want to check mark here. Any slot, any set, same thing, no speed, every other primary stat selected. You are gonna focus on this one. So filter all secondaries. You're gonna click speed, has speed, and then you're gonna hit this arrow until it has 5 here in the parentheses, and you want less than slice count. And what that is gonna do is if it has 5, it's not gonna show up here because it already has the highest amount of speed it can possibly get, so you don't want to see it there. The average slice quality, don't worry about that. Level 1 at least, doesn't matter. Rarity, mark 6. Any tier, default sort, speed. And that's how you're gonna want this filter here. And this is an important filter. So you're gonna filter mods, and then when you use this filter, you're gonna see these gold ones. This is for calibration. So see how it still has 4 hits here? And you may say like, okay, well it's gold, I can't slice this anymore, but you can still calibrate these mods. So you can come in here, still do the calibrations if you wanted to, because sometimes you want to come in and try to make these golds into and get that last hit on speed. So that's why you don't filter out gold ones, because they can still be worked. And then when you come down and you work those, as you sort by speed, you can still see it sorts by tier as well. So it'll be golds and then purples and then blues and then greens for the speed. So it's still sorted by speed, but once within that speed category, it's also sorted by tier. So what I do here when I work these is I work the highest potential speed at the lowest tier. Like I would slice these first because they're cheaper than these blues, and then just follow my mod how to build plus 25 speed mods on how to work these mods. But essentially that's how you use this filter, is you're working through all your 6 dot mods together on the ones that you created. This is the speed arrow filter. So you're going to want only unassigned mods. This just keeps it clean because you're going to have a lot of speed arrows equipped on your characters. Once they're equipped, it's not that important for you to continue to slice them unless you're specifically making a 6 dot mod, which we could talk about that real quick anyways. So speed arrows, any set, primary stat speed. I do have the arrow equipped. As long as you have speed as the primary stat, it's going to filter arrows anyway. So, but I do have them both just for the funsies. So none select for secondary stats, at least level 1, any rarity, any tier, and then no sort selected. And so that when you select that, it's going to look like this. So when you work your arrows to see generally when I'm using this filter is just if I wanted to clean up my arrows, like if I have too many arrows, like I have way too many health speed arrows. So what you can do is you can select all, upgrade, reveal all secondaries. So mine are already revealed. So what I'll do is I will upgrade those, come in, manage these, and then I'll look at what secondary stats they have. Even if they're gray, green, blue, purple, gold, it really doesn't matter. You're looking for percent stats that are complementary to the set, and that's what I would do to kind of cull them down. I would recommend having at least 4 or 5 of each set if you can, just in case you get new characters and you're building them. But this is way too many. I should come in and clean it up, and that's what I use them for. So if I wanted like crit chance or potency or something, that's what I can use this for, is to see like, okay, how many speed arrows do I have, what sets. That's when I would use this specific filter. And then if you're looking at what's to 6 dot as far as speed arrows, what I'm looking for is like percent stats, and ideally percent stats that have a lot of hits on it. So this one right here is a good potential for a 6 dot mod because it has some tenacity on there, it has health percent, and then it has offense, and then it has 3 hits on offense. The hits are pretty low, so I probably actually wouldn't do this one, but that's what you're looking for, a lot of hits on a single percent stats that's complementary to what you need, because they're all going to be the primary 32 speed. So what really makes these shine is these percentage stats here. So if you can get like 5% offense or up to 8% health offense, whatever you need, that's what makes these really good, and that's especially for Galactic Legends what you're going to want. So filters can also be used when you are equipping mods on characters or you're trying to find homes for new mods. So what I do is, let's say I'm trying to mod Ray. So I'll go in through my filters, and I know she wants, I'll go on swgoh.gg and I'll look at the stats and everything that she needs. And I'll say, okay, she wants health percent or offense percent primaries with a health and offense mods for the sets, and then these are the primary stats. And then I'm not going to filter any secondaries yet because I want to see like, okay, what mods do I have here that hit that criteria. And I'll say, okay, well, I want fast mods, so I'll sort by speed. And I'm like, okay, these have speed and their offense percent, but still I have too many mods to look through, and it's not really what I'm looking for. So let's say I want to get more specific with it and say, okay, well, ideally Ray wants health percent because that's 16% rather than the 8%, 8 point something that she can get as a secondary stat, but I can still get fatty offense as a secondary. So I'm going to want to filter the secondaries as offense percent and speed percent. So now what mods I'm going to be looking at is a health and offense set with a health primary that also has a secondary of offense percent and speed. So if I filter these, then I start looking at, okay, now I have a lot easier and smaller amount of mods that I'm looking for that meet the criteria, and I can find something that will specifically work for what I'm looking for. And then when I'm working the other mods, it's important that you click it off, because for squares and diamonds, they won't have those same primaries. So I know for squares, okay, I want now I want health percent and speed because it's going to have an offense percent primary. So when I go here, I'm a filter, and then these are the mods that will meet that criteria. But then for diamond, it has a defensive percent. So now I want health percent, speed percent, and offense percent. And I'll filter that, and then it's a lot harder to find exactly what you're looking for since I don't have anything that meets that criteria. So you may have to kind of take off whatever it is that you want to do, just speed, and kind of figure out what you have from there. And that's how you can use these filters to go through, and especially for the set, the primary stat, and the secondary stats, to sort out exactly what you want for your sets. Same thing for like a crit damage triangle. So you have a offense in a health set for, let's say, Star Killer, and I want a crit damage triangle. Filter that, and then it shows me, okay, this is a crit damage triangle with good speed of what I'm looking for my character. So those are the ways that you can use filters to equip characters. You don't have to specifically save those filters, but very useful in finding the right mods for your characters. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all next time. Take care.